Hello, this time we have a game where black won by resignation as he was about 30 points ahead. White missed an opportunity to kill the entire bottom group and that would make the game much closer. But anyway, let's have a look from the beginning. So Komoku followed by Takamoku. That's a good idea to take the top left corner as black can attack right away the d3 Komoku after white is going for the last empty corner. So for white it's not so great to play d3. In fact, white could either go for d17 or if he wants to play a Komoku he has to think about r4, because in case black wants to play an attack on this Komoku, black has to go for the diagonal Fuseki and this will be a totally different game. Usually it's the kind of game that leads to early fights and it gets more complicated. Anyway, when playing this Komoku, black can choose whether to go the q4 corner or the top left corner, like it happened in the game, and this is excellent because next black can attack right away at d5 or c5. Either way it's fine. Well, nowadays the trend is to play the low move, and then when white defends with a Kosumi or Keima, black can just ignore and attack the other corner to prevent the Shimari in this low right corner too. Anyway, nothing wrong with the high approach. So white decides to take the corner, which is a basic variation, and black goes for the Joseki on the left side, and his stones have a pretty good flow to make the moe on the left. Playing solid and extend high, it's pretty fine too. Again, black is going for this kind of box on the left side. But nothing wrong to choose the tiger mount and then extend further. Very good distance between black stones on the left. So white decides to extend on the bottom for his own moyo. But if you look all over the board, white should consider either an approach in the top right, high or low, or play a Kakari in the lower top left corner to prevent the corner enclosure. For example here, if black simply attaches and takes the corner, white can develop very fast in the top and set up a base. But it's actually better to play a Kakari in the top right. And if black defends here, then white can also take the top left. So like this, white is trying to develop faster. So now white is putting all his eggs in one basket. So black goes for a Shimari. That's a fine idea. Black can also come inside at p3, but it's no rush. So very good to play the top right corner. Then white is taking his Shimari too. The thing is, in this position, both white and black got the Shimari facing the middle of the right side. So for black it's interesting to come with an extension in this direction, for white from the bottom. So right now black should consider taking r10 first. That's a good mutual point. And another reason to take this spot is because white already has an extension at l4. So when black plays away, if white extends r10, this is pretty ideal for the Shimari having the two extensions in place. But anyway, overall, black also has a Shimari in the top left and an extension, so black can extend next to k17, which is also ideal. So it feels like a moyo battle. Black is taking the left and the top side, while white is going for the bottom and half of the right side. So overall, black still has a better opening, but in order to be more active, black should really take this r10. So now another Shimari. White splits the top, that's a good decision. It would be, even if it's ideal for white to take the extension on the right side, maybe it's a little bit slow. Because when black captures, takes the last big point on the board, the top extension, then overall, black looks like getting the bigger side, the bigger box. So white splits, that's an alert move. Black takes the extension from the top right, very good. It's a nice relationship between the high Shimari and this Ogema. white makes a base, and then black also extends on the right. So black got pretty much all the big points in this fuseki, so the opening is positive. It's fine to extend low though, and when white extends on the right like this, black can jump out in order to grow the box. Now white extends high. White can actually extend low. Playing high, this leaves the attach at r8, and then if white simply blocks with a hane, black pulls back, creates a cutting point, and when white connects, this seems over concentrated for white because, oops, one space jump is good enough here. This formation, the strong triangle, it's very close to the shimari, so the position is quite narrow for white in the lower right corner. This Kasumi leaves a block, so now the position is quite nice for white, and also black has to jump again in order to prevent the invasion at r11. So locally black should play r8 or simply tenuki, leave the position like this and think about ways to expand his moe on the left or invade the bottom area. For example, here it's interesting to play a move like n3, then go towards the corner, attach, connect, and slide. And this is already alive. So white again has a wall, but his extension from the wall is not so far away, which means his thickness is not very effective. Seems a bit over concentrated. Another way for white to for black to test the corner is to play the attach of r3. Now usually when black is playing this tsuke as a probe, white will just block with the tiger mount to keep the corner and also go for the bottom area. So here black can think about sacrificing one stone to get these outside forcing moves and then go out from the moyo in order to separate q8. So this would be a more active way to damage or break into the framework. So this Kosumi is usually not the best idea because the formation here, when white has the two stones block against the diagonal move, always leaves a weakness at r11. So black should come back and protect it somehow. Well, another hane would work and then jump to create the box here. But still, locally it was better to play r8. This is a nice move to put pressure on the top. Another option here for black is to play the shoulder hit and then cover. Like this, the group in the top needs all those moves to keep the eye shape, and then black can get a bigger box on the right side. But anyway, the idea is good. Playing Keima here will increase black's moyo on the right and put some pressure on the top group. So white usually it's supposed to jump out or attach once to see black's reaction. If black simply pulls back, blocks, white pulls back, black needs another move to connect against the cutting point. So white's base is quite safe now in the top. This attach is good, eyeing the r11 key point to invade and expand the moyo. So white plays no b very well. Locally on the right side it's still a pretty weak position for black, so black should bump here. Even if it's an empty triangle, this is fine. Gets rid of the r11 issue, and when white goes up, black can push from behind once or just double up like this, so there are no more cuts problems at q11, and the right side is pretty safe. Well, this kind of tsuke seems a bit too much. It's good enough to play Keima and Nobi, because now there are some cutting points, so white needs to defend against those cuts. And here the group is still under a lot of pressure. If white goes out, instead of connecting or defending the cuts, black can push cut in the top, then Atari, and capture the 2 stones. And white is still on the run. If black cuts inside and white protects solid like this, black will go for the 2 stones, and if white captures 1 stone, black can cut the other 2. And in this case, white still needs some moves to leave in the top, and the profit is nice to separate the mark stones from the top group, especially that white is forced to leave painfully there. But playing the Tsuki like this, white can honey under, black has to pull back, and then white plays the hanging connection, so black didn't gain much from these exchanges. And now if black simply blocks, white will push once, jump out, threatening the cut, then maybe play an attachment to expand his eye space and go out into the middle. So black really didn't gain much from J17 in this case. So white tries to go out in a flexible way, but actually white should only think about honey under to connect or honey on top. But this will allow black to link under, and then white has a wall, but it's still a weak group because it doesn't have eyes. So now playing like this, black can simply honey on the second line and connect. If white plays here, Atari, connect, defense solid, and white is still on the run. And white's group is kinda heavy too. So no bid this time. Instead of connecting under, then go out. Actually here should Kosumi. Because anyway, playing this move, yeah, white can turn and create an empty triangle. But overall the profit is good for black in the top left corner, so the overplay was unpunished and it became a great SUG. It's better to play Atari on the first line, and instead of connecting solid, black can connect under. The shape looks better. This one feels like a dumpling, and if white starts a call, black can take and take again. So the other stones in the middle, they still remain thin. It works to block Atari and then connect, because usually when black plays an Atari like this, he has to think what happens if white cuts. But in this case, black can just capture, and now the other stone is in Atari, so there is no magic white can try in that area, and when white connects here, he just lost more points. Black will no-be and chase the whole thing. So blocking here, black saves 2 extra points in the top left corner. On this move, black can block with a Hane. So when Atari from behind, and then another Atari, or extend, or connect solid, or draw back. But it's also okay to ignore completely. Right now, would be interesting to invade the bottom somehow. Maybe J3, and then jump out, or N3, as we've seen in the previous variation. This block, it's going to give a few extra points on the right, but white can still enter with this vital point and connect under. So in the end, this kind of block is just making a few extra points on the right side. And if black plays somewhere else and white plays a move to reduce this area, when black protects, then he gets rid of the RG on the right. So it's okay to accept that kind of reducing move. White is pushing from behind. That's good news for black. Here white can jump to damage more points. White is still afraid for his life in the top, so the cut would work. Black extends, white extends. If black comes up here or plays some Atari, then he will lose the top stone, and like this white leaves bigger. So black decides to play away and go for the left side moyo. That's a nice idea. Well, normally a jump like this then push, and then some Keima to enter into the Moya on the right. But then black needs some jumps in the center, so he can enclose the box like this. Anyway, the idea of playing this jump is quite artistic. So white protects and black jumps further. Not a bad move to destroy the Moya. Oh, that's a thank you move. Black should just connect. It's very nice to have this formation on the right side. So white could still think about the key point, but now after the exchange in the middle, that turn at 011, it's not going to work to cut. So, but white can go down, then extend, oops, to space jump, then look for the connection at S9. So black might need a move like this, and then white can just try to leave inside. Oh, misclick again. In fact, white might need other moves to expand his life space on the right. So there is still a jitter at R11, but once white turns here and black connects, it's done. This Keiba is nice for the left side, but it also feels good for white to play a double Atari right away in order to use his Q9. This push is a bit strange. So for white to reduce the middle, he should jump on this line, because this is the sector line of the Moyo. Oh, the drawing is bad. Actually, it's this line. Still terrible. I mean, this. So if black tries to surround this guy, white can think about jumping here, so he can use the Agi at J6 trying to connect. Black will bump, then simply go out to connect to the top. So this way white can reduce the Moyo. Playing just Kosumi, it's not so big. If black wants to protect this side, simply block R12. When white captures a stone, black connects and that's it. Or it's okay not to play anything right now and focus on damaging the bottom. Or simply enclose the middle. One more move to lock the door. Playing this Atari, it's not so great because white can capture again and then black has to pull back. Block is possible too, but then white will Atari under and capture and Atari again, and everything is center here. So black can get pretty much the same points by playing R12 directly. And in fact, black should also consider the connection, and when white pushes, Hane, and then double Hane, because there's a double Atari there. So even if white Atari and connects, black can extend. If white captures, then we have double Atari, take 2 stones, white has to leave somehow, and then black can compensate on the right. So that's some sort of trade. Now, yeah, black is center. Good idea. So here, black is all solid and white has a nice bottom side. Then white tries to reduce the left side. The cap block is very good. Natural move. Cut it's fine too. Push once. If Atari, white has to come back. White really has to pay attention here. But okay, the no beat is good too, because the left side can become big. It's just that white can play a move like this, threatening to cut the wall, and then the ladder works. So now black will Atari from behind and connect back. Why shouldn't start the ladder directly? White needs preparation here. If black goes for the left side, white will Atari once, and then catch those 4 stones inside the Moyo with all the surrounding territory. So now black plays with fighting spirit. It was to cut here first. Then when white goes down, black should push. So like this, black can get more on the left side. Okay. The way to block here, the left side is to play the key point of e9. So when white pushes, block. If white plays here, just nobi. Because like this, white can hane and it takes more effort to block. I mean, black has to give up a few more points. And it was no need. Ah, nice cut to play the Atari from behind. But here, black can connect because white has to go out and save the two stones. And now black can go for a ko. Atari. If white plays Atari from behind, black starts the ko and kills more. If white connects, then black Atari here, and then all those stones die, and white and black also save his stones. Like that, black can white can capture a stone, and black only captures 4 stones. It's not even that big because right now it's important to keep the wall connected. So I should try a cut and fight back a little bit. But white connected a ko, not important. That's only a half point ko. Cutting here is big. So if black cuts this way, white can push first and then secure like this. So the mark group is surrounded and dead. Therefore, black captured 4 stones in the middle, but it was costly, losing all the group in the lower right area. This cut is not so big right now. Yeah, black is connected now. That's a pretty big capture. In order to prevent the ko, black should simply go down. Yeah, white starts the ko. He has nothing to lose. Now here, black can play one Atari, then block with Kosumi, Kosumitsuke, then Hane. And now white has to come back and protect. And then also this block is Sente, so white has to take another stone because of the Dame Tsumari. If white plays away, black Atari and captures back everything. It's good to take away the liberties. Yeah, it was Sente after all. And now black is trying a desperate invasion inside the Moyo. And here, white can just descend. Now, if black simply blocks S3, white will go on the second line, and then this is the dead L group. If black extends on the bottom, white can push first, then remove the eyes in the corner. Now, even if black is trying these kind of moves, this is so far one eye, and when black extends on the bottom, it's hard to get the second eye inside the Moyo. White is very thick there. So white had a chance to kill this group, but he failed. Actually, even later, it could be possible. Black should jump again. Should try to expand more before going back for the eyes. Now, if white simply blocks, black can push or pull back, which is better. Go up. Then make some eye shape in the corner. Yeah, now it's enough room for 2 eyes. Even if this ko black connects, it's okay. White can't kill it anymore. So in the actual game, black connects, white plays the attach, and on this Hane, white doesn't have to cut. White should simply pull back and the group is dead. Because even after black connects, it's only one eye locally. And these cuts are not a problem. And if black tries to make 2 eyes here, it's not gonna happen. So this way the game would be much closer. Black was 30 points ahead when white resigned. And now black leaves quite nice inside the Moyo. In center, impressive. So if white tries the vital point, black will go like this. White cuts, black makes the eye, white plays Atari, but black has time to protect. So no way to kill or create some damage to Mari here. Yeah, very good decision to play away. So now black is alive. Instead of taking the stone, black can block. But it also works to play away. Because let's say we go down here. If white plays R1, black connects and it's impossible for white to connect. If Atari here connects, if white connects on the outside, black still doesn't need to respond. So black will monkey jump, and only when white plays T1, black will make twice. Also, it's better to block R1 in case black decides to play another move, because it gives an extra point at Q1, and white can also capture T1. So this will become scintillator. But I guess black was just excited to stay alive, and it didn't matter. Instead of playing Atari, it's better to go on the second line. Now white has to go down, and then when black blocks, white will capture the stone. If white doesn't descend or capture the stone, black can extract that stone after that. So if white plays here, for example, black will go down. And now, when white blocks, black is safe. If white plays here, the stones are captured. But once black plays Atari, white can take right away. And then if black goes down, it's Gote. And if black plays away, white has a center follow-up. So the endgame is totally different in that area. Some center pushes, very good. White got everything in center on the left. Instead of Atari, simply pull back. Now when white goes up, black can play away. Because after Atari, white goes up and black needs another move to protect. So instead of playing 1, 2, 3, you better play 3 right away. Now if white doesn't go up and plays away, let's say white plays some move to end up Gote, then black has a chance to capture a stone. So white should connect. Black can capture 2 more stones. Very good. That's a good center move for white. Yeah, this cut was there for quite some time. Either way, white will cut up or down, so not much to do about it. But it didn't matter anymore. Black is way ahead. Nice try, but white is just dying inside. It's better to play the bamboo here. Well, in the end, yeah, black is safe. So white gave up. Good job on this game, but a bit lucky to live on the bottom area.